Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Frontline Conversations. For today's episode, we are joined by internet personality and environmental activist Mr. Nimal Raghavan. Originally from Tanjavur, Nimal is widely known for his efforts in water conservation. He has spearheaded the restoration of over 200 water bodies in India and worldwide. And for this, he has earned the title of Water Warrior of India. Thank you so much for joining us, Nimal. You were working in Dubai until 2018. Tell us about why you decided to leave that role and return to India to become an environmental activist.
In 2018, I came here for a vacation.
All right.
November 2018.
Right.
And to build a house here. And my place is actually known as the rice bowl of Tamil Nadu.
Right.
For the past 20 to 30 years, the place which is known for rice bowl of Tamil Nadu, the farmers there converted their paddy fields into coconut field.
Okay.
Because the income we get from coconut is much higher than the income which we get from paddy. And also less maintenance, and also coconut requires less amount of water.
Yes.
And this is the scenario of my place.
Right.
And we belong to an agriculture family. So, and my father got brain tumor and I was 6 months old.
Yes.
So my father's treatment, my education, my sister's education, her marriage and everything, we got money, and we survive only because of the income which we get from our coconut field. So this is the scenario of almost 80% of the people in that Delta region. Exactly, to be very precise, Pattukotte and Peraurni area. So in 2018, I came here for vacation to build a home, and I was supposed to leave by November 15th.
Right.
So on November 13th, there was a news flash like a Cyclone Gaja, which is going to district Kaveri Delta, is going to happen. This news was flashed everywhere. And we didn't trust actually, because we never faced any calamities or natural disaster before. Even tsunami didn't hit us.
Okay.
And we never had cyclones or any other floods and all these years. So none of us believed the effect of cyclone. But I have few contacts abroad and few activist contacts, and they called me and they informed me like, this cyclone is going to devastate you people, so beware, they said. So this made me think, and I just extended my holidays and I stayed back. So November 15th night, I went along with my friends to many area. Also, my home is just 3 kilometers away from Bay of Bengal.
Right.
So I visited the sea and I visited many places, and everything was neat and clean. But there was a gut feel that something is going to happen. So I asked my neighbors and people who lives along the shore area and who lives along the lake area to stay in my grandfather's home, which is a very big home. So I brought like almost 50 family members to that home, and I asked them to stay there. They were literally cursing me, like, why you are doing this? You don't have a job and you are doing this shit, and why you are bringing us here? Let us go home. And like this, they were happy. I said, just wait and be here for a while. Around 11:30, it started with a drizzling.
All right.
And for like 30 minutes, it was drizzling. And then mid-air kind of stuff happened. Like the cyclone was about to start. Then we went inside our home, and for like 6 hours, the cyclone was like... I would say it played with us. And my hometown, like as I said before, which is known for coconut cultivation. So if my home is here, my uncle's home will be like 500 to 600 meters away from my home. Normally, if you see, you can't able to see my uncle's home because everywhere coconut trees will be there. So this cyclone happened, and by like 6:15 or 6:30, it stopped. And I just opened my door and I saw like every coconut tree was hold up.
My God.
And I can able to see my uncle's home clearly. So this guy is the guy with me. I took this guy and I went to my uncle's home, and my auntie, she was sitting outside her room and she was crying like anything. She said, Thambi, we lost everything. That's it. There is nothing left here. So I was like, what just happened? And then I went to many places and many houses, and everywhere I feel like a death happened there. That's how people were reacting. So at first I started with the relief works, like clearing the roads, getting electricity, giving groceries and all. Like this, we started. And then with the help of many people and many NGOs, we carried relief works for like almost 2-3 villages that time.
All right.
So these relief works were going on, and simultaneously there was a talk in my hometown, like this place is dull. There is nothing left here to live or survive here. So my friend circle, where we plan like after 40 years, wherever we are, let's go settle in hometown.
Okay.
This is what our plans were before. In my friend circle itself, there was a talk like, that's it, there is no here. Let's get settled in Bangalore or Chennai.
Okay.
This is what the talk we were heard. And as I said earlier, my family survived only because of the income which we were getting from our land and farm. Like this, 80% of the people survive. So now my place is in trouble. The place which gave us everything, like this place is in trouble, and everyone is in thought of leaving this place. Should I also leave this place? I had this thought in mind, and then I feel like, no, I should not leave. I have to do something here. Then that night itself, I resigned and I started working on the ground. So for the first 3 months, we were taking care of almost 105 villages, I think. Exactly the relief works, emergency works and all. Suddenly I was having a thought after 3 months, like, are we getting a permanent solution? Am I doing what I'm doing? Because wherever I go, I give things, I get solution, I will come. But am I going in a proper track or something like that? I had this thought, and that time we had a news again, like in 2017 alone, we wasted like 120 TMC of water. So at that time, I was not aware of the TMCs and all. So 120 TMC is the amount of water required for Chennai for 20 years. Domestic purpose I'm talking about. Just Chennai and Bangalore. Yes. But this news was not shown on TV. What we are seeing is like this government is fighting with that government for water it's sharing. And these farmers are not letting these farmers to get water. So this was the news shown on TV. What's actually happening here is we are simply wasting the water. That too in a small area of land. So this made us to think, and at first we went to many places. We spoke with many people, and we got at many plans, and we decided let's work on a water body. So we chose Pera Urani Lake. That's my taluk's headquarters. Pera Urani in Tamil, Urani means a reservoir where water is safe. Pera means Peria, big. So the place's name itself arrived from that lake only. So that lake was 564 acres lake. So we started working on that lake by public support only. So also at the time we were having only 20,000 rupees in hand. So, and many people suggested, told us like this lake requires at least 2 to 3 crores rupees. And how much we were having? We were having just 20,000 rupees only. So we first started. And since the cyclone itself, I created a hashtag, bounce back delta. Delta is Kaveri delta, bounce back means, right? So I posted on the Facebook like bounce back delta that we are going to restore this lake. Whomsoever going to help us or whomsoever want to participate can come and participate or contribute, I posted. So this news spreaded like anything, and many people started following us and many people started coming in. At first, a cricket team whom they won a tournament related recently, they gave that prize money to us for the first day of food.
Right.
For the second day, a newly married couple came to the lake directly and they donated their some money and they asked us to work. And later, a kid gave 6 months of savings.
Oh, wow.
And then an old lady gave her 100 days of Nimal Raghavan money. And there was a sir who worked as a headmaster in this school, Perauni Boys School. His son was in USA. He called us and he said, I want to do something for my dad's place. So he sent us 1 lakh rupees. So from there it started. And people started helping us like anything. We continued working for many days and many months. So on the another side, negativities, and the people started spreading negativities like anything, because I left my job and I was working here, right? Like this, many guys were, we were all, 24/7, we will be there in the lake only.
All
So they said, these guys are there, so that means they are getting something from this, like they are getting some money, or getting some, they are selling sand, something like that. Because in Tamil Nadu, sand mafia is the biggest scam. So this kind of stuffs are happening. And also at one point of time, the core members were from my relatives.
All right.
So they said these people are doing some caste politics, something like that.
All right.
And then they said like these people are going to participate in politics. It's so they are okay. So like this, they were spreading fake news.
Fake news.
But we kept our accounts transparent.
All right.
We built the teams. We like many people joined us from many communities, many religion, and then after all these stuff, we were working continuously.
Right.
So and people started supporting us, like many known faces, unknown faces, they were helping us. During like 50th or 55th day, they said like these guys are working and people are also supporting, right? But what if there is no rain, or what if they don't get water in river? Said we were like we don't have answers for this time, because it's totally depending on nature. So we were simply said like we are trusting nature and we are working. Suddenly able to. On the 60th day, to be very exactly, there was an announcement from the government, like from this year, Mettur Dam will be opened on time, like the June 2nd week. But we are situated like 300 kilometers away from Mettur.
Right.
So it takes time to reach our place, and also we are not sure whether the water will be here or not, because of the demand. And
yes,
so almost 66 days we were working continuously. And suddenly I got a call from PWD engineer, Prasanna is saying, he's an assistant engineer. He said, Thambi, in 2 days we will be getting water to your lake.
Okay.
So I was very happy, and I was informing all my people like we'll be getting water for. So we gathered on the day, like I was expecting a huge number, but 6 of us were gathered, I think.
Okay.
So we were standing on near that lake, and the lake was, they were about, sluice will be there, because if they open, water will come.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So we were standing like 100 meters away from the sluice, and they were about to open that sluice. Once water entered, they just opened it, and the water started coming into our lake. So I was simply watching that water, and I was like, the water was about to reach me, and I felt like the water break everything and reaching me, like the problems we faced, the insults we faced, the whatever stuff we faced.
It was a sign.
Yeah. So this water is breaking everything and reached us.
Coming.
So 6 of us were there. We just removed our slippers and we touched the water and we prayed it. And we put some flowers, I think. And then everything started. Right. So that was the moment we triggered us like NT, and we worked like NT, and for 107 days we worked and restored the lake completely. Okay. We cleared like 200 acres of Prosophyte juliflora, which is an invasive species. We desilted the lake, and we created almost 7 kilometers of boundaries.
Right.
And we restored like 15 kilometers of 3 river channels, and we made 4 lake islands of like 6,000 trees, and we planted palm trees all over the boundaries.
Right.
So, and this entire work was done in 26 lakh rupees. So then many people visited, and many officers visited, and they said this is how a lake restoration should be. And they insisted many officials and many NGOs to follow this. So, and after 6 months, once the lake got filled, we again got a news from the department and farmers, like the water level came up from 50 feet, from 350 feet.
Wow.
So this news struck me like anything, like because we have put an end to this 30 years of drought in 107 days. So why can't we do the same in wherever there is water scarcity and wherever there is water?
Yes. So that actually, that
from there
it started. So that brings me to my next question. You've undertaken extensive water restoration projects both in India and in Africa, specifically in Kenya, wherein you worked with government institutions of both countries. So tell us about some of the differences you've noticed here as opposed to over there.
to be very honest, I don't feel any difference.
There's no difference. Okay.
Because water has a universal language and water scarcity also has the same language. But the difference is people's understanding and negligence.
Right.
In Africa, they accept whatever the work is. I mean, after restoration, and they follow. Like they will keep monitoring the work and they will take care of the work properly. Sustainability is 100% possible in African countries.
Okay.
But here,
It's a challenge.
it's a great challenge actually, because like we go work and come, right? But if we visit the places after a year or 2 years means,
Yes.
you can see a huge lot of difference there.
Okay.
Because the same process will repeat again.
Right.
If you started dumping their waste, people started sending wastewater inside the lake, and that's what people's understanding is entirely different from Africa and
India. Right. So you've worked on, like I said, over 200 projects. Now, it might be difficult for you to answer this, but I'll ask it anyway. What's been the hardest and most challenging conservation project you've worked on so far?
See, every project is challenging.
Yes, absolutely.
And tomorrow I'm starting my 265th project.
Okay.
So even for the 265th project, I had to work like my first project. I had to fight like my first project, because getting permissions is very it's very tougher job here, because for each and every water body you have to get permission from the government. In some places it's very easy. In some places it is very, very hard to get permissions.
Permission from the
For
government.
places like Ramanathapuram, we are still waiting for many places.
Okay.
And to be very honest, if I got permission in time means I was sitting in 500 water bodies.
There's a delay because of the amount of time.
And also, we have to wait for permissions. And they will give permissions when there is a monsoon in next month, and when there is a release of river water in the next month.
Yes.
So if we get permission on time means we can vote properly.
Yeah.
If we get permission before the monsoon, I mean immediately before the monsoon, mean what will be. So that's the first challenge. And the second challenge is like threats and all. So because in Tamil Nadu, sand mafia is the biggest scam.
Yes, and I was actually going to ask you about that as well. Have you faced threats, if any, either in person or on social media? And if you have, how do you deal with it?
So getting threats in social media is a common thing.
Yes.
Even here, I came with my personal security only. My PSO is there. Actually, government gave me as personal security as I was getting death threats regularly. Because people who were doing this sand mafia and people who were having this encroachments in lakes and rivers, right? They don't. I mean, they were not common people. I mean, not just telling common people. They'll be powerful people.
Yeah.
Either they will be from a political party, or they will be the biggest big shot in that area. Because a common person cannot easily have encroachment in a lake.
Yes.
Or they cannot easily engage in this sand mafia. So these people used to threaten me all the times. In whatever way it is possible, they used to threaten me. And also, these people will be there behind to block getting permissions. I told you, right?
Yeah.
I am having problems in getting permissions. These people will be act behind.
They'll be behind the delay.
Also, they will trigger some people like they will be having some connect with local peoples, right? They will be triggering like this. If this guy come and vote means I will give problem to you also.
Right.
So they approach the government and they will say don't give permission to this guy.
Right.
And when we are working, they will give problems in all other ways. Many possible ways. Whichever way is possible, they will come and give us problem.
All right.
Some person may say this is not a way to work, and they will simply come and beat us. And some person will we'll be having excavators, right? We'll be placing it on the ground only when there is work. During night time, they used to rob the materials from the. They used to steal petrol or diesel from the. They used to take the batteries from the machines and There are many problems happening.
Has it been a challenge only in Tamil Nadu or elsewhere in India?
Not to be very honest, in Tamil Nadu only.
In Tamil Nadu only.
Because in other places, people give us like anything.
Okay.
They take our assess.
Okay. All right. All right. So I want to direct you to a part of your journey that's been largely overlooked so far, which has been your ability to successfully collaborate with government institutions. You've spoken a bit about that, but most people at the grassroots level struggle to work with government institutions. How have you managed to do so successfully?
Because people are the one who invites me to work there. I mean,
People in the government.
beneficiary. No, the villagers or the fishermen,
All
the
right.
beneficiary of the water bodies are the one who invites me to work there.
All right.
So I'll be the person between the people and the government. So, for example, if I say there is a place in Tirunelveli which is called Idindakare, that place is known for this Kudangulam,
Right.
Anumindile Protestant.
Yes.
So I was working in Thoothukudi and I got a call like we need your support there. So I went there and I got to know like there is a dam between the sea and a water body. This dam was built in 1980s by German help, and with that support they built the dam there.
Right. Okay.
So now the dam got a crack and they need to rebuild it. So they asked my help. So as I said earlier, I need permission for each and every stuff, right? So I went to the collector and I asked his support and for NOC. So he said, how you entered Irindakare? This was the first question he asked. I asked why, because we try to reach the people for a very long time, but we cannot connect them very easily. So is it possible for you to work there? He also asked.
Wow.
I said, that's why I came here. And then he gave permission and I worked there. And the next step, the collector and the deputy collector visited there and they made the project bigger now and they built a dam there.
Okay.
So like this, things will happen. Because as I said earlier, I have to work for my 265th lake, like what I have worked for the
very first,
right?
Yes.
So imagine a guy who worked for 265 lakes is having this much problem in. Think about a beginner.
Yeah.
Like if you want to work on his lake in his village or town, think what all the problems he will be facing.
Yes.
So this is how the system is. It's not very easy for us to get permissions, or it's not easy for us to work. In places where we remove enforcement, if we go there with a police protection on, then definitely they will kill us. So this is how the system.
It's dangerous. Now, you've been working for over 5 years. In that time, different political parties have been at the helm of affairs in Tamil Nadu. You've managed to work with all of them. How did you manage that? And is it important to be apolitical?
No, actually, because I would say system and the scenario is similar.
Okay.
Demand is also similar.
Demand.
And also people's expectation is also similar.
Right.
The only plus I'm having all these years by gaining these experiences, having connect with the officials and the collectors.
Right.
So in some places, from a text message itself, I get permission. In some places, I have to reach them again and again and again. So during in other states also, I'm telling, whomsoever the government is, whichever the party is, the problem will be same and the system will be same and the process will also be the same.
Will also be the same. Now, another source of revenue for you, sir, has been from private players through corporate social responsibility initiatives and through crowdfunding. How have you managed to navigate that?
See, at first we started with crowdfunding and public support only.
Okay.
So later, after working for 3 years, because there is a system, you have to maintain a record for 3 years, and then only you will be eligible for CSRs. So after 3 years only we started getting CSR support and all. So with CSR support, we can able to work on many places in many states actually. But the problem with CSR is like they concentrate mostly on beautification part.
Okay.
Rather concentrating on the impact actually. For example, I worked on a lake of 2 acres for like 50 lakhs rupees.
Right.
Whereas my first project, 564 acres cost was like 26 lakhs. So you can feel the difference.
Yes.
Right? So if they concentrate on impact means work will be happening easily and mainly more and more people will be getting benefit.
Yes. All right. Moving on. coming to environmental factors, we've spoken about revenue and the challenges that you faced from external factors such as government agencies and etc. Environmental factors, encroachment, pollution. What's been the biggest challenge that you faced?
Encroachment, also, as always.
Yes.
And the next part is pollution. Because there is a law in India, like you can send sewage water to this water body. There is a law actually,
Yes.
but it should be treated.
Okay.
Only after treating the sewage water, you can send it to the water body. But nobody is following that.
Okay.
So this is the biggest problem here. I mean, the sewage water contamination actually. So, and also during the water treatment process, when we are working, we need a follow-up actually, as a process. Uh, if we are working on a contaminated water body, during the process for like 2 weeks or 1 month, there should not be an external water, a source of sewage water or something. So, because you can treat that water only, you cannot treat the entire source, right? So, this problems will happen when you are treating on it. And the people will not be, and because many industries and companies, they are sending the sewage water, right? So, if we go and ask them not to send their water, they will not listen actually. And also, another important thing is the municipality. Government is having a strict law, like you should not dump the waste in a water bowl. But this municipality workers, right, they simply dump the waste and the garbages on the water body only. Recently, an incident happened. We were given permissions from the government to work on a water body, which was treated as a dump yard for more than 40 years. So we entirely removed this garbage and we sent the garbage to the dump yard unit. And while measuring the lake, there was a delay. So we just passed the work for a few days and we continued working on other places. Immediately, the municipality people came and simply they were started dumping the waste again. So this issues happening there. So like this, many problems will occur while working on the lakes and rivers itself.
Right. Now, alongside your restoration projects, you have also raised awareness about water conservation on social media. You have a very big social media presence. How important is public awareness, and are social media platforms a good avenue to educate and inform citizens?
100%. Because without social media, my works wouldn't have been happened all these years.
Yes.
As I said earlier, I started with the hashtag bounce back delta.
Yes.
So even now, if you check that hashtag, you'll see what all have happened all these years. And there is another hashtag bounce back Ramanathapuram, which is known for water crisis in South India. So all the helps which I got in this work is through the social media only. Another thing is I got to know from this works, without community involvement and awareness and participation, sustainability will not be possible. Because we go work and come.
Yes.
And after our works, the people, the beneficiaries are the one who is going to live along the water body.
Yes.
Without their understanding and without their care, sustainability will not be possible. So what I do is, right from the day one of my restoration was, I'll make them to engage in any possible way.
Right.
So they will have an understanding, like this requires a huge amount of money, power, manpower, planning and all. So they will be having a different thought after the restoration, which make them to not to repeat the stuffs which they were doing all these years. So they will be taking care of the water body. So
Yes.
without community involvement, sustainability will not be possible.
Yes. All right. So coming to the Mega Foundation, the organization that you founded back in 2019 to fight the effects of climate change, tell us more about the work that the organization undertakes and some of the achievements that you all have witnessed along the way.
So Mega is Make Earth Green Again.
Yes.
So Mega Foundation. So we started in Tanjore district. So as of now, we have worked in almost 19 districts, 13 states, and also in Africa. And now we are next month we are going to start again in Sri Lanka. So 264 water bodies we have restored so far. The biggest is 1,118 acres lake. And we have also restored 1,680 kilometers of rivers and river channels. And we have planted around 25 lakh trees and 507 forests, and also 6 lakh palm trees. And There is a place in Tamil Nadu, Ramanathapuram, which is known
Yeah.
for water crisis.
Yeah.
And now, for the 4th year, we are continuously working there. And we are trying to put an end to water crisis in 455 villages. So far, we have restored 23 rivers and river channels and also 35 water bodies there. And there is a saying in Tamil cinema, there will be a saying, ஒழுங்கா வேலையை பாரு இல்லைன்னா உன்னை தண்ணி இல்லாத காட்டுக்கு மாற்றிடும். That means work properly or else we will be transfer you to a place with water scarce area. That water scarce area is none other than Ramanathapuram. So last year, when the rest of the districts in Tamil Nadu doesn't have a drop of water during summer, drop of water in lake, the place which is known for water scarcity, Ramanathapuram, because of our works, almost 117 lakes were of its full capacity in last summer. And people who left their villages came back to their villages and started doing agriculture. In many places, people started 2 times agriculture. So, and now the problem is getting solved, and people also started working on their water bodies on their own. So, like this, okay. So,
Okay. Now, we've come to the end of our interview. Before we sign off, if I had to ask you about your long-term vision for water conservation around the world, what would it be?
simple. There's a saying in Tamil, again I'm referring, Neerindia Medu Ulage. That means a world cannot exist without water. And I say, likewise, water cannot exist without water bodies.
Yes.
So wherever there is a demand, wherever there is a need, I'll work and come. And I want to put an end to water scarcity. I don't even want to see a word called farmers feast in dictionary. But because we are working on a place which is known for farmers feast, Vidarbha and Rajasthan. So I just want to put an end to water scarcity, and I just don't want farmers to die because of water scarcity.
Right.
And another thing is, I don't want people to pay money for water.
Right.
So that is the biggest thing I am fighting for. So
Yes. Okay. That's a lovely note to sign off. Thank you again for joining us, Nimal. That brings us to the end of this episode of Frontline Conversations. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.